Face the demons, put them to the test.
Oh no, you haven't lost me yet.
Now he's on the bottom of the screen tonight. Everybody, it is Sunday, 8:01 Pacific Standard Time. Do you know where your cryptids are?
Yeah, he's back over here somewhere.
So top of the hour, we did put out some news on Friday. We weren't able to divulge everything, but you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, it says DBK Media coming next year.
Over there, way up there. You see, it's all backwards for me. So
yeah, it's somewhere on the screen. It says DBK Media in one of the top corners.
Yeah.
Over there? All right. I'll take your word for it.
That way.
It's somewhere over there.
It's that way. Up there. Oh, we're off the rails already.
So basically, I was watching a Bigfoot documentary a couple nights back, and I sent it to the King James and the Silent Negan.
God almighty, no.
And the point of the matter was, we all said the same thing. We can do better.
A lot better.
We can do a lot better. So, what's going to be happening next year is you're still going to get your podcast. Every Sunday night, you'll have the War Room. Still going at 7. You'll have the Unleashed at 8. You will have one investigation video a month. That'll come out on the second Saturday. Sometimes it'll be a years past that we've gone through and re-edited. It might be something new. But we will be working on, the tentative title is the Blue Gate Bigfoot Project. We are going to be doing documentaries.
Yes.
We do have about 6 ideas right now that we're looking at, but we are going to start with the Blue Gate Beast. And we're going to go from there. Also, our second major announcement that we had to put on hold, but we're going to go ahead and let you know anyways. We are doing a t-shirt run. So we've got an online store. Got to work out some things. Do you want to wear a t-shirt that says hashtag not Zach Baggins on the front? Coming soon.
I thought you were going to put it on the sleeve.
Well, I put them right on the front. This one has it on the sleeve. The ones in our store have them right across the front. We have several different varieties in the storefront. We have the hashtag not Zach Baggins right across the front. In a unisex, we have it in a men's, we have it in a women's V-neck. We also have the logo for War Room on the front. We have the Unleashed logo on the front and center. We've got 3 or 4 other concepts we're working on. I want to pet the puppy.
That would get you every time.
You know where your cryptids are. And of course, we have James's sign off as our other shirt.
Oh, shit.
That one might go on the back of the t-shirt. I don't know. We're working on it.
Put Sheep Squatch up front and then the logo on the back, or that thing on the...
Local Sasquatch, why don't they call it a woman's V-neck? Anyways, I can't read. Red number 1. I don't know what you're trying to say here, Josh.
Oh, that's Josh?
Silent Negan is Josh.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
All right. Because of the shape of a V. All right. So we are already off the rails, and we're only 5 minutes in, and we are gone.
And I haven't even started drinking. So now I know we're in trouble.
We are season 5, episode 2. We're doing paranormal investigators. Now, this one, before Tammy gets going and rolling, this is the International Ghost Hunter Society. This is actually where me, the DOC, got his start from. these are the people who mentored me. So I can fill in a few stories afterwards, everything. So,
Or during.
or during. See how it goes. Tammy, we're going to let you take the floor.
Drum roll, please.
Well, he took my first paragraph, so I was going to make him talk about it. Okay. So the International Ghost Hunters Society was started in 1996 by David and Sharon. Is it Oster?
Oster.
How do you pronounce it? Oster?
Oster.
The couple began ghost hunting in 1990, and they started the society to provide and share information with those interested in paranormal investigating. It was early in the internet days, so there wasn't very many websites on ghosts on the internet. And there definitely wasn't any that was sharing information about ghost hunting, according to David. The couple decided to share their knowledge and help start over 100 internet ghost clubs. The idea exploded, and now there are many, many more ghost clubs around the world. They grandfathered the ghost hunting movement that is on the World Wide Web. Dave created and maintained his website, ghostweb.com, and it's still there today. The couple are co-authors of 25 books, and David decided to start a home study course for ghost hunting and paranormal investigations. And I got excited and bought 3 of the books yesterday.
Wow.
So aspiring investigators from around the world have ordered the guides, and there are members in over 90 countries of the society. So Oster's completed over.
Go ahead, Doc.
I was gonna throw something in. So when I started, technically speaking, I met them at the end of '95 when they were doing a local case that involved my mom. So this was even before the International Ghost Hunter Society was actually a concrete thing. I met them, and then once they got the IGHS going, that is when I joined up in '96. We did not have handbooks. There wasn't any sign-offs. Basically, they just sat you down. They walked you through things, and then they would say, "Okay, you are a certified paranormal investigator." I don't know how old.
So you're one of the first ones.
I would probably be one of their first dozen at least.
That's so cool. And tell everybody what book your mom's picture's in.
That is in. We grab the stack of books. So the whole reason I got to meet these people was the book The Haunted Reality, True Ghost Tales. And yeah, they put together a nice little book of their investigations, and my mother is in like one of the chapters, The Ghosts of Sellers, Arts and Crafts is the chapter that they're in.
So you put him on the spot. He didn't have the photo ready.
I didn't have the photo ready.
So we know Doc's been doing this for quite a while.
Too damn long.
So Oster's completed over 1,500 case investigations at 378 different haunted sites in North and Central America. They spent 8 years traveling. I think they actually spent more like 12 years traveling around the country in an RV investigating the most haunted sites. And they recorded over 5,200 ghost voices without using white noise.
What?
Oh yeah, they got a lot of EVPs. They were very big with EVPs.
Damn. Impressive.
Since starting in 1997, they were the first to hold ghost seminars and conferences. Their first one was in Decatur, Illinois. In 2003, they even had a seminar at sea. They conducted conferences, seminars, and workshops all over the country. Dave Oyster was a man of many talents. He owned an oil drilling company. He worked as a treasure hunter. He was an accountant, a paralegal, and the head of the International Ghost Hunters Society that he started in 1996. But back in the 90s, the couple moved to a little haunted cottage on the Oregon coast. It was there that they experienced the ghost of a little girl named Dana. They discovered that 1 in 3 people had a personal experience with ghosts or knew somebody who had experiences with ghosts. This gave them an idea. They decided to write a book about ghost stories from the Oregon coast. They put an ad in the local newspaper and were contacted by a reporter. It was like, hey, I want to interview you about these ghost stories. But lo and behold, it was a satirical story. So I tried to research the article, but I couldn't find anything on it. But even though the story was a satire, it ended up appearing in newspapers across the country and gave them some great publicity for their book, Twilight Stories. The second book they wrote was called Haunted Reality, which is the one that Darren was just talking about. Yep. That book caught the attention of ABC News Nightline, and they had a film crew come to their home in Oregon for an interview.
Yeah, let me throw on that one about the film crew. They actually investigated my old high school auditorium on that newscast. So they did a ghost investigation in my old high school, in a place that I was doing. I don't even call it investigations. It was mostly just me and my buddy begging the drama teacher, can we go in the auditorium and see what we can hear? No gear, no equipment, no nothing. It was just us sitting in a dark auditorium waiting to hear things walk across the stage.
Oh, young Doc being adventurous. That's good.
That's so cool.
I know the film crew also went out to Sellers Arts and Crafts, and they did interview my mom. So she got some national news time about her experiences with the ghost named Billy that lives in the building. So, and like I said, after all that happened, and they came in the Sellers Arts and Crafts all the time to do investigations. So my mom got to know them, and then my mom said, well, you like ghost stuff, and you should come and they're doing a book signing tonight, so you should come by the store and visit. And I did. I talked to them. Now all these years later, here I am.
So yep, the rest is history. Man, we'll have this episode as Doc, you know. It's all Doc.
That is so cool.
Oh, wait, did I hear anything? Silent Egan that says, did you hear anything? At the auditorium, not only did I hear her, it was a ghostly woman named Vera, but I also saw her in the spotlight on the main stage. There was a light up on the corner of the wings, and I was in charge of lighting, and I knew there was no light bulb, and that light was indeed unplugged. I made sure of it myself. Julie says the history of Doc.
Professor Doctor.
The Professor Doctor. Maybe that's something we need to put on like one of our stores. Get an honorary title. See if we can make that go work. Let's go back. Silent Negan, I have been trying to get back in there. It is on the bucket list of things to do with actual equipment and not just sitting there talking to the shadows and then having things kind of walk around and move.
Have you heard if there's been anything else going on since then?
Oh, there's always something going on in the auditorium.
Always? Okay.
There's always something going on. There's paper that flies out of the overhead catwalks. So there'll be like a school play or some, and then suddenly there's papers that just start flying out of the top of the catwalks. Then you would expect, okay, if it's a handful of papers that just rain down upon you, and you're like, okay, this is kind of weird. Why would there be newspapers? Because if you're doing a play that's got, say, like snow in it, you're going to want to dump all that right on the stage, not like, 20 rows behind you. Anyway, go ahead with the story.
Okay. They soon found themselves living in Portland. Sharon was photographing and captured a photo that was described as her first orb in motion that left a shadow on the wall. They posted the photo online, and this is when they started their website, ghostweb.com. It gained a lot of positive public feedback and garnered public interest. It wasn't the still ghost photos that were already on the internet, so it led Dave and Sharon to start the International Ghost Hunters Society, a group that would bring together paranormal investigators from around the world to a place where they could provide information to others for free. Now, critics were quick to say that Dave was an early advocate for charging for ghost hunting classes and felt it was unethical to do so. But other people would say, well, that was a moot point because others were holding boot camp, seminars, and paranormal conferences that would require money to attend. So, Dave was a physics major and a ham radio operator. He knew the importance of using equipment as a useful tool, so he decided to learn more. He studied the ghost hunters in the United Kingdom and the tools that they used. Electronics were effective in detecting ghosts, so he started to use electromagnetic field meters to show the energy flow, or to measure the energy flow. No one wanted to share information about paranormal investigation at the time, so it was a tight-lipped and secretive topic. So they realized that to sell their books and their educational books and things, they needed to teach people about ghost hunting. Dave would say, I felt that I grandfathered the ghost hunting movement on the internet. Yes, many other ghost hunters had books and seminars long before, but none helped move the ghost hunting movement on the internet. And Dave and Sharon answered their own emails and provided information for others to start their own groups through IGHS. They took time to foster the community of paranormal investigators and do their own fieldwork as well. He would go on to say that the paranormal shows on television actually hurt the ghost hunting industry. It showed that ghosts are demonic and red-eyed, causing people to fear them. He said that a true ghost researcher is one who seriously investigates to gain insight into what lies beyond the grave. Ghosts are people without physical bodies. If they're good in life, they'll be good as spirits. If they're mean SOBs in life, they'll be that way in death. So is that true?
That is true.
So what you guys
I know,
find?
Well, I mean, that's a thinking that I've carried on to today is not everything is demons. It's, I know that we're having issues with the Facebook feed, so hopefully our Facebook fans will have to bear with us on that one. Oh well, we still got YouTube and Twitch.
It made me think of the madam from the Klondike when I read that. How she can be mean.
For sure.
So Dave wanted to be remembered as the father of the orb theory. I want to be remembered as someone who cared for people and would help them in any way that I could to understand the spirits of the dead. Acknowledging it being, this is when he was talking about how to get spirits to stop being mean and different things. And he said, acknowledging it may be enough to get it to stop. You want to be positive. If you have an angry spirit, it's likely because he was talking about ghosts in homes and stuff. He said, if someone in your home has bad energy, then the ghosts are going to have bad energy. And he said that he and Gil worked, which Gil was his wife, but they worked with a family in which a spirit was slamming doors and scaring the family. He said, we helped them create a rule where all the problems had to be left out on the front porch before anybody came into the house. And then they had to work on only being positive in their house. And he said the family ended up reporting a ghost-free house within months, and that it definitely became much better for him. And then he was also talking about sometimes getting ghosts to reveal themselves is as simple as just talking to them and letting them know that you're interested in communicating with them. Try recording. Using recording devices to capture ghostly voices or surveillance equipment like video cameras can make ghosts more interested in interacting. He said, so they'll know that you're serious. He goes, check your attitude, because if you're trying to attract spirits as some sort of game, or if you're skeptical, you're not going to have much luck. But if you go in, being nice, that they're going to talk to you a lot more. And then he says that blessings, exorcisms, and the like are nonsense. Be wary of people who charge money to get rid of a ghost. The ghost believes you're in his house. So imagine if someone walked into your house and told you to get out, what would you do? The ghost won't leave unless he wants to. He said, whatever you do, don't turn to the Ouija boards.
Yeah, no, don't.
It says that they offer no guarantee of the type of spirits you'll attract. It's like driving down Skid Row, opening the back door and inviting anyone into your car to come home with you. He said, you might want a Casper type spirit, and instead you get Ted Bundy.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, one way that I've described it is when you're using any device that's opening up that portal. I mean, he's talking about, driving down Skid Row, opening the back door, and just letting anybody jump in. I kind of built off of it with the there's a movie series with I just blanked. It's not the Conjuring series with Patrick Wilson. It's the other series he's in, Insidious. Is it Insidious?
No,
I just blanked.
What was his name?
Patrick Wilson.
And as we all start researching,
Let's see. Insidious.
It was Insidious.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the movie Insidious, when he goes to the other side, he has a lantern. And in the movies, they're talking about this lantern's lighting up everything because it's letting all the spirits in the dark know that somebody here can communicate. I kind of built off of Dave's original thing about the car and said, when I saw the movies, I'm like, that's how I would like to, instead of just saying it's a car, it's a dark zone where all the spirits are, and then you light up a lantern, and it's just a big beacon where everything runs to. As I was shooting my parts in the documentary when I turned on the spirit box and started talking, and immediately we got a spirit just busting through and draining batteries for studio lights and kind of surprising everybody. So, I mean, we opened a portal and somebody came through that needed to talk. So,
yeah.
Anyways.
You guys have such an interesting job.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a job. More like
A hobby. But
or
still,
a fascination. Or a fascination with whatever.
fascination works.
I mean, we definitely
I wish-
do not get paid. We don't get paid for any of this.
Absolutely not.
I do wish that that house that my grandparents had could have been investigated back in the day. That was a weird place.
Yeah. All right, so we were on the blessings, exorcisms. Right,
Yeah, pretty
really
much. Yeah. So now I've got some history on him. So he went by Reverend, and so did his wife. They were ordained by the Universal Life Church. But Reverend Dave was a professional photographer for over 40 years, and he taught college classes on photography. Digital Photo magazine had published a 4-page article about Dave and Sharon's contribution to digital photography in the field of paranormal research. Reverend Dave worked his way through college by doing specialized photography. He was ordained in the August of 1999 as a minister of the Universal Life Church. He held 2 honorary degrees, a doctorate of divinity and a doctor in philosophy and religion, earned through his church.
I'm gonna
religious
interrupt
studies.
you. I'm gonna interrupt you for just a half second here.
Go ahead.
I am also ordained through the Universal Life Church. I also have a doctorate of divinity, as well as another doctorate. So does that mean I really got to start calling myself Reverend Doc?
God, no. No. I won't hear the end of it.
Yeah, I'm ordained by the Universal Life Church. I'm
I know
also
that
Reverend,
you
but I also am ordained through a Christian college, and I'm working on my Associates of Divinity for real. So,
Julie asks, is that an online church college thing? Julie, it is an online place where you can go and you can get ordained. You can put in for different doctorates. I'm also ordained through the Church of the Dude Abides. Silent Negan's ordained. There is an actual Bigfoot being ordained as a priest of the blurry. I think it's what it's called. It's a Bigfoot thing.
Shit.
I'm tempted to do that one just to add more credentials.
God almighty. Do I
I
need
want
to
to
start
get
getting on
ordained for
board
the
here?
Church of the Gnomes.
James, we'll just have to give you websites and you can go in and get.
I'm feeling left out here. I don't have all this shit. You guys come on with the stack of books. I don't got that. And now you're just reading off. Whatever. I hate all of you.
I'll send you the websites and you can get ordained and get yourself a doctorate, and then we'll all be doctors. Dr. Reverend.
Yes, I need to do that too.
Because it's all free. It's all free ordination, man. Everybody gets ordained. You're ordained, you're ordained, you're ordained. You're a doctor, you're a doctor, you're a doctor. Julie is doctor, professor, or professor, doctor. Then that is
I
not
have
a
done weddings.
reverend. Well, I mean, Julie's got a point. That's not a reverend. You need to do more stuff to it.
Well, I really
Yeah.
am a reverend, besides the Universal Life Church.
I'm just Universal Life Church, Church of the Dude.
Sure, whatever.
I don't take any of it seriously. Anyway, sorry.
Off the rails.
Rock rails. I put away my microphone for a second.
So, a Universal Life Church minister, Reverend Dave was a legally licensed minister who can perform marriage ceremonies, baptisms, funerals, and all other ministerial services in all 50 states. He could also ordain new ministers into the Universal Life Church. And Dave and Sharon were married by a ULC minister. But Sharon also graduated from the New York Institute of Photography. She completed a 2-year program with the University of Metaphysics, resulting in a doctorate in metaphysical counseling. Her thesis was on understanding death and grief, and was the basis for part 2 of the home study course. Her thesis helped people who experienced the loss of a loved one how to work through the grief and discover the inner strength that comes from surviving the loss of a loved one. She was an ordained metaphysical minister in 1997 through the International Metaphysical Ministry and can legally perform marriage ceremonies and all the stuff that he could. And she passed away on January 7th, 2014 from a battle with cancer. And both of the Oysters used the title PhD from their honorary doctorates that they were awarded on their books, the later books. It's not on any of these, but I did see some of their books that had that. And let's see. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Oh, I'm just laughing at Julie. I am Dr. Professor. All right, so now we got a quote here from Dave, from Reverend Dave.
Yeah. It was about his wife. It says, my late wife, Sharon Gill Oyster, was a trance medium channeler who channeled Noda, an alien spirit guide, for over 15 years. Each conversation with Noda was taped and transcribed, and now for the first time his teachings are revealed. I think this came from one of the books. It was an alien spirit guide, not of this earth. He talks about religion, gods, aliens, UFOs, earth changes, ghosts, heaven and hell, the origin of man, healing frequencies, death, dreams, and many other topics over the 15 years that I guess she was channeling him. But I got that from one of their books, and I can't remember which one it was. But they had so many of them to choose from.
They wrote a lot of books.
But, they did. And he ended, after she died, he hit a bit of a rough patch. So his obituary said that Dave Oyster was a man who pursued many dreams in his life. He was the leader of the International Ghost Hunter Society, inventor, Reiki master, spiritual teacher, self-published author, and publisher. He was a Marine Corps veteran. He was an explorer, an accountant, a wildcatter, a minister, a lecturer, and a dowser. Yet it was his last adventure that had the most tragic and final outcome. Following the death of his beloved wife of 22 years in January 2014, Dave worked to rebuild his life. He fell victim to catfishing, an intentionally misleading romantic internet dating scheme. And it involved an international inheritance scam that would lead him over the course of a year and a half, finally to his death. Dave, thinking that he found someone who would love, appreciate, and need him, ended up selling his house and all of his worldly possessions, liquidating his retirement savings, and drawing funds from his personal credit cards to send to his new soulmate, who promised they would be together as soon as she could pay for family medical bills, and later they'd receive her family's inheritance. Dave ended up dying alone in a hostel, unable to pay for his diabetes medication or enough food to keep his body functioning, and his family grieved his loss and the tragic end of his life. He was a living example that dreams are worth striving for, even when there are those who laugh or mock him. He was never afraid to try something new. He looked for ways to believe the impossible. He gave us all a great sense of adventure and the idea that there was more to his life than we were told. We will never forget the impact he had on our lives, shaping us into the people we are today. Dave passed away October 1st, 2015. He was survived by his 5 children and his 2 younger brothers. And so Reverend Dave focused on the Gnostic Christian theology that revolves around the banned books of the Bible, which represents a different aspect of Christianity. So any religious books that are taught different from the current teachings of the 4th century church were banned from the Bible in AD 235 or 325. He had an eclectic ministry directed towards teaching about our existence beyond the grave. Reverend Dave went by his Reverend title only when he was performing marriages. All the other times it was Dr. Dave, where he taught about theological issues regarding life after death. He was also a Reiki master and gifted healer who taught over 60 students to become masters worldwide. Dr. Dave encouraged each person to see their own spiritual pathway and to avoid the congregational rituals imposed upon man by man. Dr. Dave approached ghost hunting from a spiritual dimension while using scientific tools to validate the existence of ghosts. It is the study of the ghosts that reflect the eternal nature of man. And I'm going to buy more of his books because I'm really interested in learning more about all this. But, so now you can, is there anything that stood out from you from your training with him?
It was the big one. Why we started War Room is what he told me one day. So I met up with them. They were at a book signing. And I kind of showed up. I had questions. And I don't remember my exact question, but I remember exactly what he told me. And he said, no matter how many years you've been doing this, you have to be a teacher and teach the next generation. But you must also be willing to be a student, no matter how many years you've been doing this, because times are going to change, methods are going to change. So that's why we do War Room. We bring everybody in, we let everybody talk, we all learn. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years. When I started, like we said before, I had 3 pieces of gear. Now I've got more gear than I know what to do with.
And you don't even use most of them.
I try not to.
I think he would make you proud. I think he'd be proud of you.
Possibly, but I know I did leave the IGHS fairly early. I kind of struck out and went on my own. So,
and you've done well with that.
Well, I mean, the International Ghost Hunter Society was my first group that I was part of, and then there was Banshee Paranormal. There was Cruiser Paranormal. And then DBK Investigations, where we're currently at. And then we just changed names every time we started to go through a big upheaval. I mean, I've normally been doing this with a small handful of crowd as it is of people that go with me. We've always tried to keep it a little small on the attendance. I do know if you look up their website, ghostweb.com, it's just kind of up. Nobody's answering emails. I've tried to do that. Oh, by the way, Silent Negan asks, is that an actual library behind you, Tammy, or a banner?
It's a backdrop. I wish it was a real library. But since I'm the research person, I wanted it to look that way.
I've already showed off my stack of Oester books. There's the ABCs of Ghost Hunting.
I got that one.
There's the Haunted House Handbook.
I don't have that.
The Certified Ghost Researcher course.
Got that one.
Ghost Digital Photography.
I'm going to order that one.
So those are the how-tos. I did not have access to these. They came out a little bit later on after I went on my own way, but this is, technically speaking, there's another one that's PDF only. It's Understanding EVP. So, I mean, there's everything that I learned is now in book form. So they're easy to grab a hold of and read and kind of go through at your own pace.
I have the Certified Paranormal Investigator one.
Yeah, there's two of those. There was an older edition and newer edition. And then, of course, they got a whole bunch of books. And I've got the Haunted Reality, Twilight Visitors, and Beyond the Twilight. I don't have the alien stuff.
Yeah, we're into cryptids and ghosts anyway.
Yeah, we're kind of that's where we go.
Give it time. It's gonna go back to the UFOs.
Oh, if we start seeing more UFOs, then yeah. I did want to go over the standards and protocols that they had set up, and some of this, I will stand by. These are the things that I learned when I was coming up. Some of this I might need a little bit of explanation. Some won't need explanation. So there's standards and protocols. Ask the spirits of the dead for permission to take their photos or to record their voices. Respect posted property, ask permission, and do not trespass. Always conduct your investigations in a professional manner. Show reverence and respect in cemeteries, battlefields, historical sites, etc. So, I mean, these are things that I was hammered into while I was learning to do things.
There's a question real quick. You said to ask permission for photos and to record their voice. How are you going to get their permission to record their voice beforehand?
Well, technically, when we're if you would like to say anything, come over to the recorder, come to the red light and talk. I mean, that would be kind of asking for permission.
Okay.
No running or horseplay in cemeteries or historical sites. Positive mental attitude is very important for all investigations. Now, this one I posted on my Facebook page about a year ago, and a lot of people wanted to jump in and they wanted to try to tear it apart, okay? Skeptical minds will generate negative energy during an investigation. Do not bring along skeptics or those who are negative or want proof that ghosts exist. What he meant by this one is the people that you cannot get them to change their mind.
Oh, we know one such person.
Yeah, where even if you've got an EVP, it's a Class A EVP, you got something, you can't explain it, and that skeptic will try to debunk everything. If you've got something, it was the wind in a room underground in the basement with no open windows, and that's what he's talking about. Skeptical minds will generate negative energy during the investigation. Do not bring along skeptics, because it's the people that cannot go, okay, this might be something, as opposed to the diehard believer where everything's a ghost. You don't want the people who are going to be, oh no, it's nothing, it's crap, it's fake, it's nothing's going on. You want someone to be right in the middle, being like, okay, we heard a creak, we heard some footsteps. Was there somebody there? Was there not somebody there? You want that fine line right in between, where you're not just going to go, it's a ghost, and you're not always going to go, it's nothing.
That little flexibility.
You got to have the flexibility. That's what he's talking about with the skeptical minds. Follow the lunar cycles and solar storms for conducting investigations for best results. Paranormal events occur during peak geomagnetic field conditions. We don't tend to run on that one too much. We just kind of get in when we can get in. Do not take photographs during adverse weather conditions such as rain, mist, fog, snow, windy, or dusty conditions. Remove or wear the camera strap so it does not hang loose, because a lot of people said that a lot of their orbs and vortexes were camera straps. So they would always have pictures of a vortex, and then they would have a picture of the person taking a picture of the vortex to show that the camera strap was either removed or around their wrist and not in the photo. Take photos of dust particles, pollen, moisture droplets to see how your camera records these kind of orbs. So they were kind of a little bit ahead on this one, that if you went to, say, the Klondike, it's very dusty. We can take photos and you're going to understand, okay, this is how the camera is going to work with this. Pollen, moisture droplets. You're going to want to figure it out, play with the camera. And that way, when you go into a location and you're taking pictures or you're taking video, how is it, is this orb falling straight down? Is it coasting? Does it have little flappy things on the side?
Kind of like in the documentary at the end there.
Yeah. So you want to know everything that it can possibly do. You want to, I don't want to say fake it, but if you know that you're in a dusty area, stir that dust up. See how the dust works, how it moves. If you walk into a room, how's the dust going to react to your body? Are you walking backwards out of a room? How's the dust going to react? Because that way, when you're looking at your video and your pictures, for example, somebody was at the Klondike and they were doing a video upstairs on the 3rd floor. This was a couple years ago. I'm not pointing out anyone that's been in there recently. And they're doing a live upstairs. And as they're walking in and out of rooms, it looks like a snowstorm is following. And the person behind the camera is going, oh my God, look at all these orbs. And those of us that have studied this stuff can see it's circulating in as they're walking. As the bodies are moving in and out with the camera, that's when the dust is basically following along in the wake of the person.
Yep.
An orb is not special or unique. An orb is only a description of shape. Most common orbs are airborne dust particles. Multiple orbs in photos almost always dust particles, never spirits. So, I mean, they were really big on pushing that in our lessons of observe the orbs in every fashion so you know it's an orb, it's a bug. They wanted you to walk that middle line there of, I got a little orb and it's flickering this way and it's going up this way and it's over this way. I think I got a ghost. Well, look at it again. Can you see a pattern to it? Look at the little flutteries on the side. It's a bug. It's a bug coming through and around. Mm-hmm. Do not take photos from moving vehicles on dusty roads.
Oh.
Yeah, because then you're stirring up all the dust. Do not take photos while walking on dusty roads, because you can stir up the dust.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on Julie's post here. It says she drives down dirt roads and she sees a lot of orbs.
And then she would laugh out loud.
Yeah. See?
Well, there's a lot of dusty roads in Colorado.
Yeah. Remove all dust, spots, fingerprints from camera lenses. So have like a little cleaning rag. And before you start doing anything, if you're using your phone, clean off that camera lens. If you're using a camcorder, clean off that camera lens before you get back to it. So you make sure that there's no dust or anything on board. Remove or wear the camera strap so it does not hang loose. Avoid shooting into the sun for resulting lens flare. No J.J. Abrams right there. Avoid shooting with flash at reflective or shiny surfaces, because that will create a false orb. Keep fingers away from the lenses of the camera. Kind of a standard there. Keep long hair away from the lens of a camera. Also, so you're not getting a little wisp of stuff.
Sure. Okay.
Avoid shooting when foreign objects are floating near camera. So, cords, wires,
spider webs.
Basically, be aware of your surroundings before you start just taking pictures.
Yeah.
Compare anomalous prints with negatives for confirmation. Of course, this is back when it was actual film. Flash is only good for 9 to 12 feet from camera, so focus on that range, not farther away. I know, a lot of these are just common sense things, but they put it in there just for all the students to understand that These are common sense things. Don't deviate from these things. Always use fresh audio tapes for tape recording. So, the old little cassette tapes. You want to use them once and then get something new so you're not getting a bleed over to it. If digital, record in 1 or 2 minute tracks. Because we all know if you record for an hour and a half on a digital recorder and you have to go back and listen to it all, it gets monotonous. But if it's a recorder, and this is from our experience, not their experience, if you're doing static cameras, static recorders, just trying to get like background noise while you're off doing something else, say you put a recorder on the 3rd floor of the Klondike where everyone's in the basement, that would be a case where you're not doing a technical EVP. You're just recording the background noise to see what you can get while you're in a different part of the building. After 20 minutes, the spirits will get bored. No need to record longer in one area. It's a hit and miss.
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends on the location. Basement Klondike, you can run more than 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think we've run 2 or 3 hours just in the basement,
yeah.
But I think they want to talk, It's like that lantern in the dark that everyone gets drawn to. Do not rub the side of the recorder while recording, nor walk while recording. Stand still to record. Another common sense thing. Because as you're walking and moving, and you're going to get static and whatever, and clothes rustling, and
but for us, I think that's a little hard to do on occasion.
Yeah, we kind of fall back and screw up on that one from time to time. We do not consider Ouija boards, dowsing rods, pendants, or seances valid investigation tools. I'm a little guilty of using dowsing rods from time to time.
I have I have one, but I don't use it anymore.
I had to pull it out on one investigation because nothing else was working, and it was one for the Oregon Ghost Conference. So it's like, nothing's working.
Maybe you should have brought it last night.
No smoking, drugs, or drinking during an investigation. We normally don't even get cigars till we're all done and wrapped up.
Yeah, that's definitely.
It's your celebration.
It's a celebration.
Yeah, I mean, I've let go of a member for doing drinking and, well, in this case, they were doing smoking pot and shit.
Yeah, don't need that.
Yeah.
And the final
Then they
one.
might really see something.
Well, they're going to see something. Nobody else on the team will. If someone is angry, they should not be involved with an investigation. They will draw angry spirits, and the other spirits will avoid them. So, yeah, we always try to go in a good mood and not completely and totally angry and pissed off with things.
Yeah.
Now, I know on their website, if you go to ghostweb.com, they have a bunch of photos of orbs and streaks and vortexes that are really cool, really hard to debunk. They've got a bunch of their EVPs on here that are just phenomenal. They do have some of the books on there. I don't know if where'd you order your books from? Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got all of mine.
I took your advice.
Okay, yeah. So I would go to Amazon and look up Dr. Dave Oster and Dr. Sharon Gill.
And they have so many on there.
Oh yeah, they've got a ton and a half.
I probably have all of them.
Oh, they got some. I know the EVP was a PDF, and I need to download that and have to print it out, just so I could have all the stuff. I mean, everything that I was taught was verbal. It was hands-on, verbal, face-to-face. It was still before there were certificates. Basically, You went through all your little training and all your little thing, and then you just prove that, hey, you're competent. And they just, like we do, okay, you're a certified ghost investigator. Go forth and investigate.
You can make my certificate for me.
I have actually thought about that. I mean, they do have home study courses. Again, I would get those off of Amazon. And if you're lucky, you'll get one off of a bookseller that's autographed, which is kind of weird. Because the one book I have that my mom is in is autographed by them from 1996.
Ooh.
Which is just weird because it's to a guy named Rod. Best wishes, Sharon Gill, Dave Oster, 10/26/1996. Which means I probably knew this Rod guy. Huh?
You could change that to Doc easy enough.
I ain't gonna change anything. But they were very... I wouldn't say they were as famous as the Warrens or Holzer or a lot of the other people, but they did have a strong following. I know I broke off from them the minute David and Jason Hawes had a session together where basically it was not a good scenario. David was critiquing Jason Hawes because he was doing a TV show, and he said that, we shouldn't be doing this for TV shows. This should be to help people. So there was a difference of opinion between the two.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, I'm kind of going to go do my own thing right now. So I just try to continue to keep some of the things that he's got alive, teach the new generation, learn from the new generation, because there's always new equipment coming out.
Mhm.
I don't know everything. I am not an expert.
No.
I'm learning as I go. I refuse to be a professional because I'm not. We're all learning. We're all getting up to the hang of this.
Well, and that, I've said it hundreds of times that no one in this field can be a professional because it changes on a daily basis.
Yeah,
You
it's
need to study and learn it and all that on a daily basis. You can't be a professional. I'd say it's impossible.
yeah. But we can teach the next generation.
Yeah.
So that was the story of how good old Doc got into this whole damn business.
And you're still going strong.
Very cool.
I'm still going strong. I know March I put out a retirement video, and then everybody was asking about the retirement video. What does this mean? And I had to tell them, no, this was the old DBK way of doing things. This was that coming to an end.
That version of DBK.
That version of DBK. Now we're a little bit more fun-loving. We're not going to be so hypercritical. We're not going to be so business-like. We're going to help more people. We do have our bucket lists. We have our places we want to hit, but it's the fresh DBK. It's the kilted DBK.
I like this DVK version.
Yeah, I don't think you would like the older version.
Oh, I started watching during some of the older version. So, yeah.
She don't know nothing about that older version.
I've heard a few stories. But I do like this version.
Now this one's all about having a little bit more fun, not being as serious.
Well, yeah.
You know,
This
I mean,
is This is DBK version, but a little twist to it. There's a little, well, every now and then when I'm not drinking, gaps bullshit put in there.
Well, like I've said the James 1,000 times over, he's got gaps, I've got DBK, but at the end of the day, we're all one big family group.
Yeah.
The logos, the names, it doesn't mean anything. It's just window dressing, really.
That's exactly it. Window dressing. Hell. I mean, I don't know how many times I've gone on cases with you, and I haven't had you on one of my cases yet.
Yeah, I know.
I tried to get you on one, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
One of
Julie
these days,
said,
maybe you guys will take me on one.
well, we do have some big cases in line that'll turn into documentaries. We're not going to talk about them unless they actually, if they actually transpire and happen. But I know that next year we will be working on our Bigfoot video, our documentary, and we are going to actually attempt to get that on Amazon.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Put it up against that other one.
Well, we actually get results.
Yeah, we show the results. Not just talk about results, we show the results.
Yeah, I do know I did a podcast that just came out last Sunday, and people were talking on our YouTube page, and they were saying that was a good thing, and then they had watched that one video of our last Bigfoot outing, and they could hear what we were hearing. So we have other people that were like, oh yeah, you guys got some really good evidence on that.
See?
So, I mean, we put forth results.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we put out results without having to do backflips. Sorry, little Josh. Had to.
Right.
He knows we're playing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're running over.
Not too bad.
I don't think we got much more else to say. We will post the T-shirt line when it's up and running and it's fixed. A little problem with the store, so once that is good to go, we'll put that down below. You know what? I never even did. I never did that. Never did what we were talking about.
See? Uh-huh. Like I said, it's all about Doc tonight, not the IGHS.
It's been a long one. Anyway, yeah. So everything will be posted when it's posted, and we'll let everybody know either on the Facebook page or next time we jump on the YouTube or Twitch when the T-shirts are up and people can order them. So you can have your not Zach Baggins T-shirt and take it out, wear it, get pictures with it, and then you can post it on the Facebook page. Because we want to see that slogan go far, far and wide.
Yeah, post it and tell us where it's at.
Yeah.
Where in the world is hashtag not Zach Baggins?
Well, Julie lives close to Stanley, so maybe Julie, once we get this up and running, you can buy it on the hashtag not Zach Baggins shirt and go get a picture in front of the Stanley and then send it into Facebook.
Oh, there. Challenge is out.
Challenge is out, Professor, Dr. Professor. All right. We'll see everybody later. Tammy?
Have a good night. This has been a great video or a great show tonight.
As always, James, you got the last.
Oh, okay. Keep it cryptids close and tight. Hug them all night. Until next week.
Later, everybody.
Julie is in Kansas.
Oh, I'm sure there's some haunted places in
Good night.
Kansas you can hit for us.
Absolutely.
Night, everybody.
Good night.